Have you ever wondered how top athletes bounce back from setbacks? Setbacks, they're those unexpected obstacles that throw us off our game, the stumbling blocks that trip us up when we least expect it. And in the world of sports, they're as common as a soccer ball on a field or a basketball in a hoop. Every athlete, no matter how talented or determined, will face setbacks. It's an unavoidable part of the journey. But let's take a moment to really think about what a setback is. It's not a dead end or a failure. It's not a signal to throw in the towel and give up. Instead, it's a challenge, a test of an athlete's mettle and resolve. It's a detour on the road to success, a chance to regroup, reassess, and come back stronger and more determined than ever. Imagine a runner tripping and falling in the middle of a race. That's a setback. But the race isn't over. The runner can still get up, dust themselves off, and keep going. And when they cross the finish line, the victory is even sweeter because they overcame that obstacle. They turned a setback into a comeback. The same principle applies to any sport, be it basketball, tennis, soccer, or boxing. An injury, a loss, a mistake, these are all setbacks. But they're also opportunities. Opportunities to learn, to grow, to improve. They're chances to show the world, and more importantly, to show ourselves what we're truly made of. So the next time you see an athlete bounce back from a setback, remember that it's not just about physical strength or skill. It's about mental resilience. It's about the determination to keep going, no matter what. It's about the ability to turn setbacks into comebacks. And that, my friends, is the real challenge of setbacks. It's not the setback itself, but how we respond to it. It's about picking ourselves up, dusting ourselves off, and getting back in the game. Now let's delve into some inspiring stories of athletes who turned their setbacks into comebacks. Consider Michael Jordan, who didn't make his high school varsity team on his first try. A blow that might have discouraged many, but not Jordan. He was cut from the varsity team as a sophomore, a moment that could have been the end of a promising career, but instead it was just the beginning. Jordan, undeterred, decided to take this setback as a challenge. He didn't give up on his dreams of playing basketball. Instead, he used this failure as fuel to drive his ambition, to improve his skills, and to prove his worth. He played on the junior varsity team, honing his skills and working tirelessly to become a better player. The following year, he returned with a vengeance. His determination and sheer willpower had paid off. He made the varsity team and quickly became a standout player. His high school career was marked by numerous accolades and recognition. But Jordan didn't stop there. He went on to play at the University of North Carolina, where he continued to excel. His college career was just a stepping stone to his ultimate goal, the National Basketball Association. In 1984, Jordan was drafted by the Chicago Bulls. The rest, as they say, is history. Jordan became one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He won 6 NBA championships, earned 5 regular season MVP awards, and was named to the All-NBA First Team 10 times. He was a 14-time All-Star and won 2 Olympic gold medals. His career was marked by breathtaking moments of brilliance, all the more remarkable when you consider his humble beginnings. But beyond his impressive stats and awards, Jordan's story is one of resilience and perseverance. He faced a setback, a moment of failure, and instead of letting it define him, he used it to propel him forward. He didn't allow that initial rejection to deter him from his goal. Instead, he took it as a motivation to work harder, to become better, and to prove his worth. Jordan's story is a testament to the power of perseverance and the will to overcome setbacks. It's a reminder that failure is not the end, but rather it's often just the beginning of a journey to greatness. Serena Williams, a tennis legend, has also faced her share of setbacks. This powerhouse of a player, who has given us some of the most exhilarating moments in tennis, has had to overcome not just opponents on the court, but also a series of personal adversities. Let's start with the year 2011. Serena suffered a pulmonary embolism, a life-threatening condition where blood clots block the arteries in the lungs. Many thought this would be the end of her career, but Serena was not ready to hang up her racket just yet. Despite the odds, she fought her way back to health and to the tennis court. She trained relentlessly, pushing her body to its limits, fueled by an insatiable hunger for victory. And the results? Well, they speak for themselves. Not only did she return to the game, but she also dominated it, winning major titles and reclaiming her spot at the top of world rankings. Serena faced another setback in 2017 when she gave birth to her daughter. She faced severe complications during and after childbirth, which once again threatened her life and her career. But Serena's spirit was unbroken. She returned to tennis just 6 months later, reaching the finals of Wimbledon and the US Open. But the challenges didn't stop there. In the years that followed, she battled through injuries, personal losses, and the pressures of motherhood, all while continuing to compete at the highest level of the sport. Despite the setbacks, Serena continued to shine, her resilience illuminating the path for others. Serena Williams is more than a tennis champion. She is a testament to the power of resilience, a beacon of hope for anyone dealing with setbacks, a reminder that every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, to push harder, and to rise higher. Williams's resilience shows us that setbacks can be stepping stones to success. Her story is a lesson in courage, determination, and the indomitable spirit of a true champion. What do these stories teach us about overcoming setbacks? Well, beyond the sweat and the physical strain, beyond the countless hours of practice, beyond the wins and the losses, there's an invisible but essential element that champions like Michael Jordan and Serena Williams embody: mental resilience. When we think of Michael Jordan, images of a soaring figure in the air making impossible shots come to mind. But it was not always so. He was cut from his high school basketball team because he was deemed not good enough. Imagine that. But did he let that setback define him? No. Jordan used it as fuel, as motivation. He practiced even harder, honed his skills, and pushed himself to the limit. And the result? He became one of the greatest basketball players the world has ever seen. Similarly, Serena Williams, a powerhouse on the tennis court, faced numerous setbacks. From battling injuries to facing harsh criticism and prejudice, her journey was far from smooth. But did she let these hurdles stop her? Absolutely not. Serena harnessed the power of mental resilience to rise above the challenges. She channeled her energy into her game, proving her critics wrong time and time again. Today, she stands as one of the most decorated athletes in tennis history. The common thread that runs through these stories is mental resilience. It's the ability to stay focused in the face of adversity, to bounce back from disappointments, to keep going when the path gets tough. It's about turning setbacks into comebacks, using obstacles as stepping stones to reach greater heights. Mental resilience is not just about being tough. It's about being adaptable, being optimistic, and maintaining a positive attitude no matter what. It's about learning from our failures and using them as opportunities to grow and improve. So as we navigate through the game of life, let's remember the power of mental resilience. Let's remember that it's not about how many times we fall, but how many times we get back up. It's about the journey, not just the destination. Remember, setbacks are not the end. They are often the beginning of a more significant journey. So how can we apply these lessons in our own lives? Well, the first step is to change our perspective. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures, we can see them as opportunities for growth. Each setback is a chance for us to learn, to adapt, and to build resilience. Like a muscle, resilience strengthens with use. So each challenge we face, each obstacle we overcome, makes us stronger. Imagine a rubber band. When it's stretched, it doesn't break. Instead, it expands, it adapts, and it grows stronger. That's resilience. It's not about avoiding setbacks, it's about learning to bounce back, to spring forward even stronger than before. Next, we need to cultivate a positive mindset. It's easy to be disheartened by setbacks, to let them bring us down. But remember, our minds are powerful tools. They can either be our greatest allies or our worst enemies. It's all about the mindset we choose. We can let setbacks defeat us, or we can let them inspire us. How? By focusing on the positives, by celebrating our progress no matter how small, by acknowledging our strength, our courage, our resilience, by reminding ourselves of how far we've come, of all the obstacles we've already overcome. And finally, we need to be patient. Building resilience takes time. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. We won't see the results overnight. But with each step, with each setback we overcome, we're getting closer to our goal. So let's embrace setbacks. Let's view them not as obstacles, but as stepping stones on our path to success. Let's foster resilience. Let's learn to bounce back, to rise, to grow stronger with each challenge we face. Because in the end, it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback.